Hi, welcome to Back to School Night 2019. I am Mrs. Kasota.
And I am Mrs. Linder.
And this is the 4th and 5th grade classroom. Mrs. Linder is our student teacher who will be with us through November, so she's going to join us for our video. This is my email address that you can reach me if you have any questions for anything for the school year as well as anything from the video. Please check out our websites. SemiValleyUSD.org is the district website. MountainView.SemiValleyUSD.org will get you to the school website. And then our class website, mvitkasoto.weebly.com, will give you class information, links for the students and the parents to have, as well as pictures and student information of what's going on in the classroom. Some things that we're going to be doing this year. So we have the Common Core standards. We're going to be looking at in-depth thinking having to do with problem solving and the 4 C's: creativity, communication, collaboration, and critical thinking again. For example, this week in math, we looked at how to make numbers using different things and playing games to get a basic number sense. We're going to be doing a lot of project-based learning, which is focusing on critical thinking skills through projects and units instead of separate subjects. Our first math project incorporates social studies, and they're going to be taking a road trip. 4th graders will be going through different cities in California. 5th graders will be going through different states to look at the math standards, all of numbers base 10, and combining those two things so that they get a bigger view of what it is that the standards are for. And math isn't, we only learn math at math, and social studies is only something we do during a certain time of day. We are very heavy in my classroom on technology. We are going to be using the Chromebooks almost every single day. We are a Google district and a heavy Google classroom. We are going to be using Google Slides, Google Drawings, Google Docs for almost everything that we do. We are a mostly paperless classroom. So because of that, students will be turning in the majority of their work through Google Classroom. As a parent, you can access their Guardian view, which will give you the ability to see what it is that they're doing coming up and anything they missed. If you want to actually look at their work specifically, the student can sign into their account with you, and then you can look at what they're doing. Other websites that they're going to be using are newsela.com. Freckle.com is a math website that we're going to be using. Get Epic is a book website. And then we have Remind. I encourage you to please join Remind at remind.com/join/Kasota, or if you look at our website, you can text a number and it will sign you up. That way, if you don't want to do the app or the web, and that way we can communicate regularly through the app, and I can respond to you quickly. Also, I can send out things like when picture day is or reminders for field trips. Twitter is very big in our classroom. I tweet out a lot what we are doing for other teachers to be excited about what's going on and for parents to see what's going on in our classroom. So you can follow our class at Kasota MVIT. Blogging and student portfolios. So you've all signed a permission slip already talking about what the portfolios are, but I just want to give you a little bit more information. We are going to be using Blogger. It is through their Google sign-in. One of the advantages of that is that they give me ownership of the blog so that I can make them private. Even those that said they were public, there is a little bit of a private element to it because I take it off all search engines and other stuff. So they think they're public, but they're a limited public. They just don't understand that. The advantage of using Blogger with their Google sign-in is that they get to keep the blog until they either leave Simi Valley Unified or they transfer it to their personal Gmail account. So I have kids who are current 9th graders who still have their blog from when they were 4th graders, and some of them have actually added to that since then. And we talk about the digital footprint that is available in a positive way that they can show employers as they get out into the real world, or if they're going to college, to show how they've grown and things that they've learned over time and how great that is instead of the negative of social media that can be out there. Missing work. Missing work typically tends to be when students are absent. I ask that they please do it as soon as possible. They don't have to do it like by the next day, but as soon as possible so they don't fall behind. One thing that I do encourage is redo papers. If they score below an 80%, they may, on a paper that is a physical paper or a digital assignment, they may fix it and turn it back in. If it is a digital assignment, I will get an email saying that they have changed it and they need to, I need to go back and look at it. If it's a physical paper, then they just turn it back in and I will get to them. Those need to be done as soon as possible. However, they are allowed to do that almost all the way up to the end of the semester. I do ask that they do sooner just so I'm not overwhelmed, but also because if we're a month past that assignment, they may not remember exactly how to do that. One of the reasons I allow this to happen is so that students can really master and understand what it is that they did wrong and then better understand the assignment itself. The only thing that causes a little bit of problem with the digital assignments is in Google Classroom, they have to physically open each assignment after it's been returned to check the grades. And as we get those assignments done, I'm going to teach the students how to do that so that they can know how to check. If you as a parent want to see how to do that, I am definitely able to show you. If you just come in with your student at after school or before school, I'll be able to do that. I'm going to be sending out email summaries to parents for Google Classroom pretty quickly. If you don't get your invitation by September 5th, please let me know so that I can make sure to resend it to you. Other items, we're going to be doing Reading Buddies and Social Club this year. So our Reading Buddy class is Mrs. Atkins' class. She is the TK-JK class. So every Friday we're going to have our students work with her students on reading abilities, read to them. It increases our student fluency, our students' ability to feel proud of what they can read, as well as we help them with some tech assignments in how to build up their counting skills and other things. So it really kind of helps our kids become leaders. We have library, makerspace, and music. Library is once a week, makerspace is once a week, and music is once a week. So we kind of get that art in there and all of those extra little things. We also do art once a week. I do a actual structured art lesson. Sometimes it's kind of crafty, like around the holidays. Other times it's directed drawings, like learning how to draw a toucan, or sometimes it's learning about artists like Alexander Calder or Rembrandt. PE, we do exercises every morning from about 8:10 to about 8:25, getting them ready for the 5th grade physical fitness test in March, as well as just kind of gets them started in the day so that they're ready to start the day academically. The other thing that's really cool is we have the Google goggles. So we do our VR field trips. One of the 4th grade science topics this year is human body. And I know there are some great VR field trips that actually take students inside the human body to kind of look at, when we talk about the digestive system, it takes them like maybe down the throat and kind of looks at what that would look like, which is way more interesting than just looking at a picture in a book. 5th grade has some great field trips for VR on the Revolutionary War. So we'll do both grade levels. We'll get to do both of those, so that's kind of cool. You saw the paper that went home the first week of school about homework. Very little homework this year. That doesn't mean your student can't do it. If you're a parent that believes they should be doing homework, links on the website. I'll give them homework activities they can do. They should all be reading every single night. I have a lot of adults already in my classroom this year that are school assigned, but I did ask for volunteers. I will try and get that volunteer schedule out to a couple of you that were able to volunteer during the school day. I just can't guarantee I have a place for everybody, and I do apologize for that. If you have a special talent, like maybe you are an artist and want to come in and teach an art class once for me, you are welcome to. Or if you have another specialty that you'd like to come in for, just please let me know. Next, Kasota Cache. Hopefully you've already heard about this. We have a reward system in my class for Kasota Cache. They earn it through jobs, through showing up to class, through various activities around class. They can lose it for behaviors. So far I haven't had to take any away, which is really good because I want to try and keep it all positive. They do pay rent at the end of the month. They're going to pay for the fact that they're using one of the tables and desks. and they use a drawer for their supplies. They do pay taxes once a year. They can spend their money on supplies like buying special drawing paper or buying new pencils. They can trade in for a new pencil. If they get short pencil, if they lose it, they can buy another one. Every month I do have an auction, so kids can use their money to win the auction and get whatever prize is offered that month. I have a couple prizes. And then the last week of school, we have a big auction where every student walks away, typically with anywhere from 5 to 10 prizes, and so they look forward to that. Other rewards we have are just various class activities, like if they want to play Go Noodle in the middle of the day, just to kind of take a brain break, we can do that. And they also have earned extra recess. Field trips. We do have a couple of really cool field trips this year. Already we have scheduled for VT Ranch in Santa Clarita for Gold Rush in February for 4th graders. That is going to be hands-on. I've gone before. It is fabulous field trip. 5th grade, it's a possible field trip to the San Fernando Mission. Not sure when we're going to go to that one or if we're going to, but we're going to try and go to at least that one. 5th grade, we've already booked the We the People play in, I think that's on the beginning of February. And then the Ronald Reagan Library is going to be the end of February. That one is fabulous field trip. Unfortunately for that one, we are very limited on parents that can go with us. We typically are only allowed 1 to 2 parents for all of the 5th graders, and that means my class and Mrs. Dietrich's class. So I'll let you know about that. We're still trying to hook the Griffith Observatory. We may or may not get to do that one, depend on schedule. The way they book it is really weird, so we'll let you know. And again, if we go on that one, they are very strict on how many adults get to show up. Both grade levels, we do, once again this year, we are booked on an all-school field trip in May. We don't know what play it's going to be yet, but we're really excited to get to go back to doing that. Because we are going to so many field trips this year, I love the fact that we're getting to do that, but we are going to need parent donations. You will see a letter going home. We're hopefully going to ask for only $20 per parent. Some of the field trips that we're going to are free to get in, and we only have to pay for the bus. Some of the field trips we're going to, it is required to pay to get in as well as bus. PTA does give some money, but since we're going to so many field trips, we're going to have to ask for some parent donations, and I'll let you know. Your student will still get to go on the field trip if we don't have donations, but the more parent donations we have, the better the chance we get to go on all the field trips. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. Special dates to remember: October 21st through 28th, we have progress reports. All students have parent conferences. During that week, you'll have I think it's about a 20-minute conference. We'll go in, we'll talk kind of how your student is doing for the school year and kind of see where we're going to take them for the rest of the year. And it is a 12:55 dismissal every day for that time period. Our end of the first semester is December 20th. Report cards will be available after I already want it to be spring break. After winter break again this year, just as they were last year. So they'll be available, I believe it's the Tuesday after the break is over. If you have any questions, please call or email at any time. If you go into that Remind app, I get a text and I can text you back pretty quickly. My email again is right there. The school phone number is listed there as well. You can contact me. The last thing I'm asking you to do is if you could please complete the Google form. You can find it at bit.ly/BT2SForm19. The B and the S are capitals. It is case sensitive. It just asks that you who watch the video what the students' names are, because they get credit for you doing this. And then any questions that I can answer for you when you come to back to school night. If you are able to come, it's a lot more casual and I can answer questions instead of spending 20 minutes kind of going over all of the information that we just did. So we look forward to meeting you on back to school night for those of you that can come. And if you can't come, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and have a good night. Thank you.